All right, welcome into Prop 5 on the 5 Reasons YouTube channel. I'm Ethan Skolnick. You can follow me at Ethan J. Skolnick at 5 Reasons Sports. I got David Eversole. You can follow him at David W. Eversole. A couple of announcements here. If you're following the NBA Finals, we're having a competition between myself, Brady, Alex, and Greg, where we each get 100 to spend, and we have to see who ends up with the most after
Should we
the
just give it
NBA
to Brady
Finals.
now, or should we?
What's that?
Should we just give it to Brady now, or should we wait?
Well, see, here's the thing, okay? This is how this works, okay? So basically, we're allowing people on Twitter to choose one of the four of us, like pick your horse, pick your fighter, right?
You're not going to win.
No, I know that, but people would be wise to choose me because very few others are going to choose me.
That's
So
true.
if everybody picks Brady and then he wins, they get thrown into this random mix where if it's one person who chooses me, that person's going to win. But here's the key thing. You've got to be a couple things. Follow us on 5 Reasons Sports Twitter because I'm going to post this up tomorrow. Secondarily, make sure you subscribe using the code 5, FIVE, because you cannot win without that. Okay, so you can't win without that. We're not going to give you any money if you do it that way. So go right now, subscribe using the code 5. You can be eligible for all these contests. All right, you've already done this once, but now you're going to do this with me. We got David. We got the Panthers coming up tonight against the Oilers. Of course, this is the big rematch. A lot of people picking the Oilers this time around. Give me your favorite Panther play tonight.
Oh, I'm so pumped for this game. First of all, Panthers being on the road. Like I was on last night, and I was just going through the series last year. But I'm really looking at the Panthers at 8-2 on the road. They're plus 27 in goals on the road in the Stanley Cup playoffs, which is just insane. So I feel like Alfredo mentioned it on one of the chats today, like the third line of the Panthers, and I agree. I think you gotta dig a little deeper into this game. But my favorite play, and it looks like the favorite play of a lot of people now, 18,000 plus on the PrizePicks board, is Rodriguez over half a point. 10 assists in the playoffs. First 2 games, I went back and did a little bit of deep dive on the series last year with Edmonton. Obviously, the Panthers jumped out to that 3-0 lead. Rodriguez had 3 goals and assists in those first 3 games.
Yeah.
So he's been like sneaky, just like involved. He's always seems to be in the right place, always in position to make an impact, whether it's with a key pass or just a scoring opportunity. I really like him. You see, he had goals or points in 4 out of 5. It's a demon place. You're getting a little bit more value on that. So I'm not alone in this, obviously, looking at the numbers, but this Rodriguez half a point on the demon looks like a pretty popular play tonight. So that's
I like it too. I like it a lot. I'm looking for where you can pair this. And one of my favorite plays tonight is Evan Bouchard under. So he's defenseman for the Oilers, and his number's really high actually. If you take a look at where he's at tonight,
this Edmonton team is like firing all cylinders now. They just don't have the depth.
But that has nothing to do with time on ice though. So I'm looking at time on ice, 23 minutes. Okay, Dallas series. 22.9, 23.5, 19.9, 22.6, 20.6. They're not going to burn him out in the first game. I play him under. It's one of the reasons also I like a lot of the unders on the time on ice tonight. I like Barkov under. He doesn't tend to play him the heavy minutes. He didn't go over on ice time until the last game. So I'm gonna play him under tonight. Another play that I kind of like, I think Bennett's hits are too high tonight. He's at 5. You see 4, 4, 6, 4, 4. I'm going to play that one under as well. I'm going to pair that with Bouchard too because I kind of like both of those together. So those are a couple of ones that I like. I tend to stay away from the goals ones because there can be a little fluky. But would you play McDavid under or over the 1.5 points? Because I was actually thinking of playing him under.
I thought about playing him under too. He didn't really come on in the series last year until the middle. So I think it all depends on the Panthers and how much they stay out of the box. So if Nikola, Kachuk, if these guys can stay out of the box, I think the Panthers can roll out enough depth 5-on-5 to match up with them and keep him down. But, obviously Draisaitl has been, amazing as well. Nugent Hopkins, they have 3 of the top 4 scorers in the playoffs right now. So Edmonton's more top heavy than the Panthers. I feel like the Panthers'
Yeah.
third and fourth lines are superior, but Edmonton's top six is as good as anybody in the league. So we got to continue to match them. And then looking at the Panthers, looking at matching them, you're talking about time on ice. Seth Jones is the time on ice king for the Panthers.
Yeah.
He's averaging close to 25 minutes a game. And he's at 23 and change. They're going to roll out their top four defensemen a ton in this game. So I'm going to take Seth Jones over on the time of ice. Other than that, yeah, I feel like Barkov, depending on the situations, maybe under as well the time of ice, because if they expect this series to go 6 or 7 games, obviously you're not going to want to burn these guys out early. But the Panthers are both, both teams are rested too, so I feel like we're going to get a high energy game in this first game.
Another one that I like here, I would play. You mentioned being rested. I think Ekblad here coming into game 1, 3 hits for him tonight. I like that. Playing that over. I was looking at the board for him. Hold on, that he's hit that one 4 of the last 5. By the way, don't play AJ Greer tonight. He's out. I see him still on some of the boards, but he's not going to play tonight. Would you play Barkov over?
What's that? The Gadjevich hit number was like at 5 or something like that too. I think.
Yeah, I saw that one. Would you play Barkov over half an assist?
Maybe. I stay away from Barkov on the points. The play always with me with Barkov is face-offs. And I just don't love the 10 face-offs. I wish that was like an 8.5, 9.5 even.
Yeah.
But I just don't love 10. I mean, you got to get to 11 to win. I feel like, listen, he could win 15 face-offs. He's one of the, probably 3 best face-off guys in the league along with Draisaitl. We got 2 really, really good face-off guys with him. I'd take him over that 1.5 shot on goal goblin play maybe. He's going to want to get involved. It all depends, I think, on how much 5-on-5 we have in this game. I feel like if Barkov can get some more power play run, then he'll have more shots on goal. Other than that, I think he's going to be more of a facilitator a lot in this game. But, he's going to be everywhere on the ice, obviously. Just took home the Selke and the Clancy trophies today, by the way. That was a really nice ceremony. So congrats to Sasha.
And I'm looking here, a couple others. Lundell, 1.5 shots on goal.
Love it.
Been over that 6 of the last 7. That's another one of those where we talk about being that third line for
Marchand and Lundell and Luceranen.
Unless they're in. Like that, I like all of them over on their shots tonight. Marchand also, I think, was at 1.5 there. I'm looking for one more Oilers play though, because I need something else to pair this with. And trying to stay away from
Nugent Hopkins.
Okay.
Yeah, I would take Nugent Hopkins. Pretty much, I would take him on this half an assist goblin play or demon play. Excuse me. I think that's a solid play for him. I mean, look at his assist. Dallas was a sieve defensively, but I mean, the guy had 7 assists in 4 games.
Right. Right.
You got McDavid and Draisaitl to feed the puck to. I mean, your odds are pretty good to get an assist. But I would take him over the 1.5 shots on goal, half an assist. I like Nugent Hopkins a lot in this game.
I'm looking at that one too. So some of these that you can pair together. Unfortunately, I missed the Bob Saves one. That's off the table here. So I'm gonna stay. Didn't grab that one. I'm always careful about his save numbers because there's some nights the Panthers just don't let a lot get through.
I'm worried more about the other side because Edmonton's been really stingy in allowing, like they clamped Dallas. So I mean, we've seen some low shot games from Florida, which is atypical of them. So I'm curious to see if they get the volume of pucks on net tonight, and if Edmonton's blocking shots, or if the Panthers are able to get shots through and on net against Stuart Skinner. But I mean, you look at the Goblin play is 2.5 goals, so the regular line is probably like 3.5. I mean, both these teams light it up. I think the over/under for the game is 6.5 goals total. So they're expecting offense in this game. But the home team typically gets the whistle, especially early in these series. So I feel like Edmonton is going to get the man advantage in this game. And the Panthers got to hold on. if we can stop them on the power play, I think we can wear them down 5-on-5 in this game. But it's going to be crucial to stay out of the box.
Yeah, we'll see how that plays out. Hey, Dan, always appreciate you joining us here. So here are some of my cards. I'll read them out to you. I went kind of a little crazy tonight because I want to play as much as I could. So I have one with Rodriguez. I like your play over half a point. That's a demon play, and Bouchard under 23 minutes. Playing those two together. Ekblad. I have him over 3 hits. Draisaitl with a goblin play of over half a point. Feels fairly safe there. Bennett under the 5 hits with, again, Bouchard under the time on ice. And Lundell over 1.5 shots on goal. Also a goblin play. Nugent Hopkins over 1.5 shots on goal. So that's a lot. That's what we have. Check out the other episode that David did too. Handled some of this on a solo mission. We're gonna have our 5 on the floor guys on tomorrow to get you ready. Also check out the work of Eric, Austin, Jim Rodriguez, handling the baseball stuff with Austin lately. J-Rod's been on fire, so check that out. Use the code FIVE. Put down your 5, get 50 to play. Enjoy the game tonight, everybody.